Alright, we are live. We ain't got no name. Internet radio show. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm your host, Billy Boots.
It's your girl, Shawnee.
And we also, let's jump out the guest right out the gate. What's your name, sweetheart? Tell everybody.
Sweetheart, what's your name?
Tish, Letitia, Miss Tish, whatever you want to call me. Tish, I like Tish. I go by Tish.
And you know, you familiar? You a friend of the radio show, and you've been here before. You was on our hip hop show.
I was on the hip hop show.
I had to school you on a couple things.
I don't think you did, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think you did either.
I don't think you did. We just feel different about Biggie.
I wonder where the club wristband came from. Where
oh wait.
See, where you coming from?
Florida. I'm still in vacation mode. I'm still in vacation.
Oh yeah, tell everybody about what down in Florida. You guys did some big things for the youngins out here.
Yes. Well, my son actually played down there for the 12U All-Star AYF team. So I was just down in Florida for the AYF National Football. Okay. For youth football. If no one does not know. I love football, and my son plays. He's been playing the last 8 years now for Beacon House Falcons.
Right.
Here in the city.
Oh, I know Beacon House.
Yeah, my
nephew used to play for Beacon House.
My son's been there for 8 years. So I was down there, so I'm a part of a show, DMV Red Zone Youth Sports. I'm a part of that show, and it's growing really big. It's picking up a heavy following on Facebook. So shout out to DMV Red Zone. And we was down there. We were recording. Well, I was down there recording. The commissioner didn't get a chance to make it down there, so that's what I was just doing. Down there this past whole week. So this is where this band come from, guys.
Good stuff. So basically what you're doing is creating lifelong memories for the kids and things that they can build on.
Especially here in this area.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this area. That's our goal for DMV.
Yeah.
The whole area.
That's what's up. So thanks again, everybody. I'm sure y'all probably looking at this like, wait a minute, it's not Wednesday, it's not 8 o'clock, you don't have stuff. You got a little bit of freaky deaky stuff kind of on the wall and in the back.
You can't see anything when this angle. I can pull out some freaky deaky stuff.
But basically, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't been kind of following myself or Sonny on our Facebook pages, basically we got some new digs. We had some very sudden, unforeseen circumstances that came up, and so we basically had to take it upon ourselves to find a new spot to host the We Ain't Got No Name radio show. So here we are, we filming live, remote location from Heart's Desires.
My store.
Right in the middle.
We're my home turf, so I get to talk about what I want to talk about. My word counts for two-thirds of all the words, because we're in my lair. Come visit me. We're at 2408 18th Street Northwest, Heart's Desires. Come visit me.
So, yes, we are at Heart's Desires, but you still know who run the show. But thank you, Shawnee, and also thank you to the big homie Tony for allowing us to come here.
He ain't do nothing. He don't get no thanks.
Anyway, thanks to the big homie for allowing us to come here. And actually, I ain't gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it real. I feel kind of liberated, the fact that, you know, we can now do our show when we want, how we want. We're not bogged down by a certain location or anything like that. And actually going forward, that's how we're going to carry it. We're going to carry it like, we got some exciting things coming down. We're going to carry it on our own terms, and we're going to do our own thing. We ain't got to answer to nobody.
I'm excited.
So,
Wildcat. I like being free.
Absolutely. So
liberating, isn't it?
Liberating. I feel like taking off my bra. Like, we free. Like, I just
that's
feel
the best
like
for the world. Jesus.
Please don't do that.
All right.
Sister, you might, you know, but Shawnee...
You hate on my titties already? We ain't got good 5 minutes in the show and I'm already getting hated on.
But nah, real talk though, man, you know, I just got, one thing I definitely need to say though is thank you to everybody that reached out, called, and texted over the last week.
Yeah, all the inboxes,
yes, man.
Everything.
People were very supportive, and shout out to my man Chris, who is right now, while you watching this and how you watching this, is professionally shooting this for us, man. He's been putting me up on game on how this equipment and how this thing works. So I'm gonna be chopping it up with him to get some more information, because you know I'm not the most technically sound person there is out here.
He didn't want to say nothing on my live video though. I don't appreciate him not talking to the people.
He didn't.
He's behind the scenes. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. He's behind the scenes.
Yeah, shout out to Chris and his taking time out to come up here out in the cold. And he could be at home watching football, or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I own a couple of drinks or something at the bar next time we get up or something. So definitely that. Also, shout out. We're going to continue giving shouts out to our sponsors, TT's Butter Company, the plant-based body products. You can catch them at www.TETESBUTTERCO.com. That's TT's Butter Company. Shout out to my man Corey and the Sugar Rim Bar. It's a full-scale event company. You can check them out at www.sugarrimbar.com. And last but not least, Miss Martina Scott.
That's my girl.
Right, yes, indeed. Miss Martina Scott. She is a Remax with Remax serving the entire DMV. So check her out at Martina. That's spelled MartinaScottomes.com. Holler at us if you want any further information about any of those exciting businesses.
And we're going to post their links in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, we'll do all that. And check us out. This is going to be going right to our YouTube channel, the We Ain't Got No Name channel. Of course, we got the Facebook Live going on too as well. And so we got a couple engines going on here for you guys to check us out. And she's doing the Facebook Live as well too. So thanks again for tuning in. So
yeah, you could just share that one.
Okay, so you're saying in my live?
No, if you want to,
She basically trying. She in her little store, so she's trying to regulate what you do.
No, you might want to relax and just talk and not have to worry about shooting. It's up to you. Whatever you like.
Okay.
I think she's good.
I think she likes shooting. I didn't know she wanted to take a little break.
Shout out to everybody that's taking time out on Football Sunday to watch us. I don't give a damn about football right now. My team is highly embarrassing.
That's why I stopped getting my season tickets. Because I was over it. It got too hard to sell them.
I don't even know what the final score was. I think it was like 100-0. I don't know. Did y'all win today? Y'all won today, didn't y'all?
49ers won today. They beat the Texans.
49ers?
I've been a 49ers fan since I was a little girl. Like, literally grew up.
I grew up like... But I'm always really intrigued on how people
not know.
Yeah, how they pick these other teams.
I don't feel like it was picked. I feel like I have my mom. She has two brothers who were diehard 49ers fans. They were like my favorite uncles. I was up under them all the time, and that just so happened. I was in a Redskins household, but
how did they pick them?
Well, see,
I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because during that time, the 49ers was like the best team in the league.
Growing up, I grew up with the
I remember the starter jackets. Everybody,
so for me,
you even had a Raiders starter jacket, 49ers. I remember the starter jacket.
Yeah,
that was a popular jacket.
A lot of people probably liked the Niners back in the Montana, young era.
Montana.
Because really the best teams in the league was us, them, and the Giants in the 80s era. That's when we won all Super Bowls. That's how I became such a fan. What?
If you're gonna be behind the scenes,
are you saying you're behind? You was gonna say the Cowboys?
Not the 80s. The Cowboys wasn't really relevant in the 80s. They ain't win no Super Bowls.
He gotta pick a side. Either he gonna be behind the scenes or he gonna call.
He had to say something because he wanted to talk about the Cowboys.
Tan. Look at my tan, guys.
Anyway, but so thank y'all for tuning out on Football Sunday. We appreciate it.
I gotta keep looking at my phone, looking at the comments. I need to see.
Yes.
So what's going on right now out here in the world? People still getting hemmed up for sexual harassment, all that type of stuff. This one I don't understand.
The black guy retired.
Yeah, the older gentleman.
The Congress.
Yeah. But that's kind of a lot of people saying that he was basically forced to retire. But some of these other cats still out here. What's the dude that's still trying to run for office and down the South? Roy Moore. Like, what's up with that? Like, look, he actually might win.
Look where he's at, though. You're talking about Alabama. That's like the most redneck state in the whole United States of America. It's horrible in Alabama.
Man, you black folks in Alabama, y'all better get out there and vote.
Do we have anybody in Alabama watching right now?
Voter restriction.
Yes, because
raising your hand.
If Really?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
About what? About war movie?
Yeah.
And about Alabama.
He gotta go. He gotta go. But if he gotta go, Trump gotta go. Because he got like 9 allegations against him too. That's why I understand it's so pick and choose on who gets in trouble and who don't get in trouble.
Politics is a bad...
And so it also raised the question, and you know I gotta tread lightly around these topics because I think I'm such a chauvinist pig.
You do.
I mean,
you do. You gotta tread.
But do you think that, okay, so let's say a guy, like some of these guys, have women come out and say, yeah, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, this person made some lewd comments, they sent me, you know, some derogatory emails, you know, he, you know, whatever. As long as it wasn't nothing like assault or something, but definitely harassment. Do you think that they deserve to lose their job now for something like that happened 15 years or so ago?
Yes.
Yes.
Why should they? Would you all agree that, especially at that time, that a lot of industries, that was just kind of the culture, that was the norm. It doesn't make it right. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right.
You might.
But because it was a culture or whatever, and things weren't worth it. It wasn't like it are now. It wasn't something that's sensitive now. Do you think that they still should actually lose their job? Let's say they're doing a good job.
So you think? So what you're trying to say is maybe these people are being thrown under the bus to make a precedent for future standings. Like we're not tolerating this anymore, and we're showing y'all that we're not tolerating this anymore, and we're going to persecute these people, even though some people feel it's not valid.
Actually, that would be a good answer for my question.
That's what I'm asking you. That's your
point of view? No. That's not my point of view. That's more like, to me, that sounds like more like an answer to my question. That is the reason why that's happening. So the answer to my question would be, well, the reason why it's happening is to set a precedence, a strong precedence going forward.
We're not putting up with
this no more, or whatever. Which actually makes a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense. I think that I do think that it's definitely something that needs to be seriously addressed. I'm still not sure if guys just need to just be losing their jobs left and right. I don't know.
What do you think is a good guilty punishment? Well, I mean, what would be the punishment? They're not going to lose their job.
I mean,
if you don't hit people in the pockets, it's really no punishment.
I almost think that for a lot of them, especially these prominent people who are in the public eye, the degradation of itself may be a bit of a punishment.
No.
Why not? Because but a lot of these people are not going to get hired for another gig. They might not, they might not be able to do the...
How that woman felt, they need to feel the same exact way. You need to be embarrassed until...
Well, that's what I'm saying, the embarrassment of it.
You need to lose your job. You need to lose anything.
You need to eat oodles and noodles.
You need to go through it.
None of these people are going to have that. They're not going to be poor and destitute over this.
But you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know, man. That's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope because, again, you're talking about stuff that was happening at a time when, again, right is wrong. I mean, wrong is wrong. But it was at a time when, it was widely...
When women didn't matter.
That, you can put it that way.
Women didn't matter.
You can put it that way. You can put it that way.
No, that's when it was.
Or the fact that it was just, regardless whether it was women not mattering or not, it was, quote unquote, a normal activity.
It was common.
Because women didn't matter. That's what made it so normal. If the tone would have been set back then, I don't think it would have been a continuous issue. I really don't. The tone was never set because women did not matter as much in society.
Okay, but that still doesn't mean that people need necessarily get fired.
Yes, you do.
Right out the gate.
Yes.
So, and then not only that, these are allegations. So, how do you prove that it happened? Unless you got like an email or somebody sent you some naked pictures or something like that. How do you prove it? People are getting fired over allegations. Okay, let's look at Matt Lauer. Let's look at Matt Lauer's response, right? Because NBC should be ashamed of themselves because they allowed him, like it was swept under the rug. That's the culture. That culture that you're speaking of, that culture is set because of it was allowed. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And Matt Lauer has not once denied
anything. He's basically, I'm going to go get help. He's demanding what, $20-30 million from NBC.
He is?
He wants,
for what? Severance?
A severance pay to go.
Oh, he tripping.
Yeah, but that's the tone that was set. So, like I said, it's normal. So these allegations, this is what makes it so hard for women to come forward, because of that doubt. Like, look,
I agree with that.
You know, it's that doubt. Like, Matt Lauer is like big in NBC world. You know what I mean? So he was allowed, like they said, he had like a sex dungeon or some crap or some crazy crap. So there's a lot of stuff with Matt Lauer. Like, Matt
Lauer, come see us at Hearts Desires. We got all kinds of stuff for that. 2408 T Street Northwest. Come see me.
Oh my God.
Now, dude was off the chain.
That was a good segue, though. That was a good segue.
But one thing I have a problem with is you saying that these are just allegations. And the first thing that comes to my mind are, all the time, black people, when we have all these things against us, we're guilty until proven innocent. But these white celebrities and these people of importance, you want them to not be?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just kind of throwing out things that, I don't know. When I say allegations, it could be a strong allegation. It could be a weak allegation. I don't know all the particulars. Like Matt Lauer, I'm sure that there were some strong details and some proof in order for him to hold the way he
hold something.
No, NBC.
It wasn't like just some girl said. It wasn't like
they said they figured that this wasn't a one-time occurrence.
It wasn't just like some girl at some cocktail, which is in a bar when they said, "Oh yeah, he came in here one day in 1992 and."
People had already said it and they swept them rug, and then they got, when everything came with everybody else, they just couldn't do anything else with it.
It really, but when you think about it, it really is crazy how, like, some of these men think they could just say and do whatever, especially at work. Like, it's one thing to talk a little trash on Facebook or, your classmate in college or something like that. But you at work, your counterpart, your whatever, and you just saying whatever out your mouth.
It's funny. Crazy. When all this said and done, when I had went to work, because I work in a male-dominated profession, and it's funny. I've had at least 10 of my coworkers were like, "I don't even know what to say to you anymore," because we all joke and we curse, we talk about each other's mamas and all that kind of stuff. They say maybe, "Oh, I see you got your good butt jeans on today," but they say no stuff just joking.
You can't say that to somebody no more.
They can't say that no more.
You can't say that to a woman that you've been working with. You got your good butt jeans on.
They scared now.
You can't, because you might get hemmed up. Now, so that brings me to yet another question on this topic. So, do you think that there's a difference between you on your job, or even you on your job, going to your superior saying, "Hey, this happened," versus an NBC exec, a politician, or whatever?
Absolutely.
Like, you think probably a regular quote-unquote woman on the job, she probably won't get hurt or be taken seriously. Like,
oh no, my job won't play that.
No, my job will.
Oh, really?
I think that's the opposite over there. I think it takes a while. Like, these, they know that power and that. Matt Lauer was bringing in so much revenue for NBC. Right. They didn't want to lose that. The
person I'm accusing is just a regular worker.
I could get you out the way real quick.
It wouldn't even matter.
So you think that they would fire somebody on your job if you said?
Oh yeah, if I file a complaint against someone and it's credible, they'd be gone. Yeah. The next day, gone.
Absolutely.
Dang.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. High and by.
I've never felt that way. I have a rapport with my coworkers. We joke around. I'm like their little sister, their little cousin. We joke around with each other. So I would never. It would take a lot for someone to offend me at my job. So it's a difference. It's all in the person who's saying it, the way they do it. Just like they say, women say, this man is thirsty and everything like that. If the guy you're interested in and he says the same thing, he might not be thirsty. The ugly guy that you don't like, he's thirsty. So it's all in.
It's just women don't know the difference between children.
Which is why I put up that post the other day with the meme with Idris Elba and on top of his picture it said compliment, but then on top of Flavor Flav's picture it said sexual harassment.
Why you didn't pick Flavor Flav?
And that's the thing. That's what kind of, don't you think that aids in kind of hurting women and making them less credible when there is a thing that a woman would be quicker to file harassment versus a dude seeing attracted to an ugly dude versus probably giddy over an attractive guy.
The woman might be attracted to the Flavor Flav guy, not to Idris Elba. It's just all perception. Doesn't matter what exactly.
So if it's all perception, there is no. It isn't black and white. There is a gray area.
I think there's definitely a gray area.
So if there's a gray area, then we can also say there could be a reasonable doubt in some of these allegations if there's a gray area.
I'm shaking my head no. I was saying no.
There's a gray area.
It's a reasonable doubt area. That's why they have juries, and that's why stuff is argued. It's a gray area in a lot of different things. Everything is not always.
But what if a person lose their job, lose their pension, and everything over what's great?
Sorry. McDonald's hiring. The fries got to be cooked in peanut oil.
Like I said, fellas, let me tell y'all. When you go to work, just say hello. Good morning. Have a good evening. And get them up out of there.
I don't even think
no more joking. No more none of that.
But why can't it just be a gentleman? Just go to work and act like a gentleman.
Everybody not gonna be because like you said, when you're at work and you've been there, you go to this place. I mean, think about it. We spend more time at our jobs than we do with our families and everything.
That's true.
That. So you with these people every day, all day, every day. It builds a level of comfortability and everything like that. And you know, y'all start talking about what happened on Love and Hip Hop last night, what happened with this, what happened with that. And next thing you know, a brother, oh, well, I can see you wearing a little something like what K. Michelle had on. And then next thing you know.
But that's where your good judgment comes in. Like you have to,
or if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you I don't like that comment.
Right. And then if it persists, then that's a problem.
Are you? How you going to say that?
You asking Tish how she gonna say it?
Yes. If a brother, if
I don't like it, that's if I don't like the comment.
Okay, let's give you an example.
Okay, let's get it.
You at work, me and you at work right now.
Alright.
And hey, what's up, Tish? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Everything cool?
Everything was good.
I love how that dress is. You wearing that dress, it's really accentuating your curves and everything.
So if I ain't like it, this is my response.
That was too much.
Let's go back.
Okay, she said that's too much. So let's rewind it. All right.
That's harassment.
You fired already.
You said I'm fired already. All right, let's start all over. No. Let's start all over.
Okay.
Boom. Tish, hey, how you doing? How was your weekend?
It was good. How was yours?
Man, same old, dealing with these kids or whatever. How was your weekend?
Good. Me and the kids, football.
That's what's up. By the way, I saw you when you came, and I was like, that dress is really nice. It's hugging you. Yeah.
Fine. All right.
The hugging.
Let me see my face. I said, all
right.
right.
You messing up. You supposed to let her respond.
Because I was just like, all right, what you mean? I would have probably.
Okay, let's start. Let me start all over.
We start all over again.
Boom.
Okay. Boom.
I like that dress. It's really hugging you, right?
What that's supposed to mean?
I'm just saying. I think you got a nice figure, and I think it's really fitting you nice and right.
Did you have to say that? Does it matter if it fits or nice and right or not?
Oh, I was just paying you a compliment.
Oh, that was a compliment.
It wasn't not a compliment.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say it was ugly or anything like that.
But what if I'm not comfortable when you talk about my body though?
I talked about the dress. I didn't really say anything.
No, but you said you brought in my body though.
Well, aren't you accentuating your body by wearing that tight dress?
I went. See?
Fired.
See?
Fired.
See? It should not matter.
That's doing too much.
That was an example,
okay, so let me ask you another question. So, and this is a real time question. Can a man compliment a woman on her dress or her outfit at work at all?
I don't mind. Let me be honest. If I don't feel like you're being you're like, I can take a compliment.
Well, how does one do that?
You would just say,
that's a nice dress you have on.
That's a really nice dress. And that's it. That's it. Nothing about the body.
You can't say, that's a really nice dress. That Joan, yeah.
No. No.
No.
You can't say that, Joan. Yeah. That could be. That's all I said was Joan. Yeah.
No. I don't understand why this is so hard for you.
Because the dress is yeah.
That's Joan. Yeah. That's Joan. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's like nah, but like I said, fellas, real talk. Just hi and bye. Good morning. Good evening. And that's it. Cause you know, a woman.
I'm about to divorce him. He just made a comment. I blame the women that slept their way to the top for all of this.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and skip over that. Nope. There is no. Nope. Nope.
So that's not a thing?
No. Listen.
That's not.
That doesn't have nothing to do with sexual harassment or being inappropriate. Nothing.
You know what? I'm kind of glad that came up. I'll give you a perfect example. Just today. Literally today, I was watching an episode of The Good Doctor. Y'all know that show?
Yes.
That's my show, The Good Doctor.
I have to watch it.
Real good show. It's about a guy, it's about a kid who's a resident doctor, but he has autism. And whatever.
Oh, I see the commercial, okay.
So anyway, on one of the girls, the young pretty girl was working with a new doctor doing a leg surgery, and he was being a slime ball, saying little stuff, whatever. So it all came to an end where he was complimenting her on a surgery, and then he was like, "Hey, so you want to go out and get a drink or something?" And she was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, da da da." And he said, "You know, we could go out and have a drink. Man, I gotta tell you, I make the best omelets, and he said I give great massages, and I make the best omelets in the morning."
Oh.
That's what he said, right? Like say, "You can hang out, you spend the night with me, blah blah blah." And so she got upset, and then he said, "Well, I know you've been sleeping with so-and-so, and I thought since you slept with him, that it would be okay for me to..."
Because he called her a whore.
For me to shoot my shot. He basically was saying, "I thought it would be okay for me to shoot my shot." Now,
I'm going to punch him in his
but hold on.
Right. My crazy get kicked.
That's some sleazeball, slimy stuff.
That's slimy.
But he knows that she slept with a co-worker.
She did it consensually. Consensually.
So because you slept with one coworker, you a whore, and you gonna sleep with all the coworkers?
He shot his shot. He shot his shot.
Dang, I would have. Oh, I probably would have lost my job.
He shot his shot.
Shoot your ass out my face. That's what you gonna do.
So he shouldn't shoot his shot. The other guy shot his shot.
Was that
the other guy shot his shot.
That wasn't shooting the shot. That was just sleazy.
Next topic.
It was a sleazy method of shooting the shot.
That was horrible.
It was.
Like, I don't think how you phrasing those words together in sentences made it seem like you was gonna get a good outcome out of all those words together.
That man said, "I give great massage and I make great omelets in the morning."
I got an omelet for your ass.
I was like, dang.
Them balls about to be scrambled.
Man, what?
He had a lot of balls saying that to her. But I guess what I'm saying is, like the comment the big homie just said, if a woman is known to have slept with another coworker, can you blame a man for trying to maybe possibly be attracted to her and maybe
he not attracted to her for real. He just thinks she's easy. You know how you men think
she's low-hanging fruit. That's the
But is that a sin? Is that a crime? To think that somebody's a low-hanging fruit and shoot your shot?
No, it's not a crime, but to think that she slept with one coworker means that she's going to do it with everybody. That's labeling her a whore.
I don't think that. He didn't say everybody. He was trying to shoot his shot. He didn't say, I think you can probably sleep with everybody that work at this hospital, so I'm shooting my shot too. He just said, yo, I know you did it to him. I
feel like you calling me a whore. That's how I would take it.
That's how I would also take it.
Because I'm attracted to one specific person consensually, and I want to give I don't like you. Goddamn omelet, damn massage.
EO complaint. Let's go.
I can honestly say that for the most part, women don't do that like men do. Not even close.
I don't think that's a verdict.
And if they do, men don't. Clearly, they're not offended by it.
Or they just so happy someone.
I think it's one of those things that if you ain't offended by it, no harm, no foul. But if you are offended by it, then it's a harm and foul. So at the end of the day, fellas, don't do it.
I didn't say it wasn't though. I didn't say that.
Don't do it. Oh no.
I don't understand why they wait till these dudes get rich and then they go into.
That's not what. Did you just hit? I'm almost picked up.
Don't do it, fellas.
We're not talking to him no more.
Yeah, he's done.
So
stay back there.
Let's go with one of our topics here. So I wanted to explore the topic of black people and counseling, whether it's therapy, whether it's couples counseling, whether it's marriage counseling, whether it's yo, you know, I had something traumatic happen to me, I need to go talk to somebody. I think a lot of black people, whether people want to address it or not, have had a lot of trauma in their lives, whether no father in the house, whether they've had loved ones been locked up, whether they saw somebody get shot on their block. You know, a lot of things that have affected their lives that can aid in them not being a whole person and have some definitely emotional issues and emotional baggage, let alone all of the relationship issues that we have between men and women, and how men
relationship issues.
So give me and the black woman
and admittedly how men have done some real dirty and cruddy things to our women, specifically, you know, running out on our children, stuff like that. People have a lot of PTSD for a lot of different reasons, basically. So why do you think in our community going to counseling is such a thing that we don't do, especially our men? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think that for the longest, it's always been give your troubles to Jesus.
She said the words out of my mouth.
Take it to the Lord.
Go to church. Go to church. Lay down the altar, and that'll solve everything. You don't need to be talking to, you know,
a stranger in your business.
It's a church.
That's true.
I'm a preacher's kid. My grandparents are pastors.
That explains a lot. Now that I heard that, like I'm putting all these pieces together.
So, in my household, things were swept under the rug. Like, my mom was a teen mom, and their solution was, we're just going to take Tish and raise her as our own. That was their solution. Mm-hmm. So that is just the tone that was set. Like, you know, like, I do agree about mental illness with the black community. It's like, I ain't crazy. I'm not going to speak to no therapist about that. Could probably save your life and others' lives. You know what I mean? It's not taking it serious. It's mental illness, and I talk about this. I said that because I grew up in that environment. Like, we don't want to talk about it. Give it to the Lord. I definitely grew up in that environment.
Give it to the Lord.
Jesus,
pray on it.
I think most of us grew up in that environment. I mean, I don't know nobody. I mean, not that I would know their business, but I don't think a lot of people I know growing up went to any type of counseling or with their families or what have you.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Or anything like that. And even talking to people that I know now as adults, when you talk about stuff that happened to you as a kid or whatever, I can't think of anybody that went to any type of counseling or whatever. I don't even know too many people now as adults, married or not, that have gone to therapy, counseling, or anything.
Not a lot.
I do not know.
Now, let me just say, like you just said, I am a huge proponent of counseling, especially as relates to going when you're thinking about getting married. Before you even go out and start shopping for that ring, homie, y'all need to be going to some type of couples counseling, I feel like.
But it's not even a couple counseling. Some people just need to work on
themselves. I'm going to get to that. Yes. When you, by the time you 30 years old and all the experiences that we've had with people in our past, sexual stuff, being let down, life, whatever, you need to sit down and talk to somebody. Because there's a lot that you don't know about yourself. There's a lot that we don't realize about ourselves. And I'm just honestly, I'll be honest, I've never been to any type of therapy on my own, just, you know, marriage counseling and stuff like that. And just in that, I found out a lot about myself. You know what I mean? Which y'all might know, since being that I'm a teddy bear, I have anger issues.
You're a teddy bear?
Yeah,
who said that?
I'm a cute and cuddly teddy bear. I've been hearing that all my life. Relax, okay? You gotta chill out. So what I'm saying is
self-proclaimed, because I never thought that.
So what I'm saying is, you know, something like that, you know, you realize, dang, you know, I do have a difficult way of dealing with anger and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, I get it from my father, because I know he, you know, had issues with that. But, and that's something that I never really realized about myself until going to counseling. But I know so much of my friends, dudes, like, man, I ain't going to go see nobody. But I don't understand what that's about.
It's just it's a cycle of just constantly. It wasn't embedded like
the whole. I ain't telling nobody my business. I mean, what you think these people gonna do? Like, do you really think somebody gonna go out and just get on Facebook and say, yeah, I talked to this dude named Calvin and he was XYZ?
I think it's gotten a lot better lately. How there's so many people that have. You know, suicide prevention is a big topic. So
many kids are committing suicide.
It's so many more stresses today that people have had. So I think people are really taking a heed to, like, you need to go talk to somebody. You have any problems? I went after I had got divorced the second time. I went to
go ahead, Diane Carol.
I did it the second time because I was like, I had been engaged before to people I didn't marry. I had been married twice. I was like, okay, I keep finding myself in these relationships with these, you know, semi-decent at times guys, but it doesn't work out, and I always end up leaving all of the relationships. So it might be something with me. Maybe it's me, even though I always be like, but he wasn't this and he did this and this. At the end of the day, maybe it was something with me. So when I went to counseling, I went for months to counseling, and I found out it was a little bit of me. I did have some stuff with me. I didn't know how to be in a relationship. I didn't know how to give love and, you know, as a reciprocal way. I just always expected it to come to me, but I was just like, I don't have to do too much. So I figured out
Sounds
so
like most
much.
Women.
I can't say that. You are a woman basher.
That is, I think, one of the main problems with women.
I think a lot of women are totally opposite of what
they
I was.
are.
Totally, because
they're more giving. Men are the ones who do not want to.
No, as it relates to feeling like it's supposed to be about me. I'm supposed to just receive.
I wasn't it. That's what in relationships, I was more. And just in general, by me, and part of it, my therapist said that some of it might have been the culture that I had been in my job for all these years, surrounded by men, and I had taken on a lot of characteristics of men. I kind of dated like a man. I kind of, in relationships, acted like a man, and that wasn't needed sometimes when the man wanted me to be the woman, and sometimes I didn't know how to be that.
I'm kind of getting that on the dating scene I'm dealing with.
It was a little bit different, so I had to learn. My main takeaway from it, the main thing she said was that I treated relationships, I treated love as a noun instead of a verb. I'm one of the people that I get in, people like, you always in a relationship, you always in this long time relationships, because I love the initial, I love you. But then when stuff gets, the stuff gets down to, I'm like, I don't really like this no more. Like, this ain't even, I ain't got all them butterflies in the beginning no more. So I had to learn that was my problem. That was my main problem. But it helped me.
Counseling before I settle down, like before I even I want to work on me.
Yeah.
It
helped so much. Just I went for like 5 months. It helped so much.
But no, that's real, man. Like, I think
I refer you to my lady.
Okay.
I guess the only thing I could think of for a lot of men that feel like they don't want to go to counseling is that one, it's perceived as a woman thing. I think it's perceived as a feminine.
I think it's perceived as the white people thing, right? I don't think it has anything to do with woman thing.
And I think that men
don't want to seem weak.
Yes.
They do not want to seem. That's
pride
about
and the ego.
They will feel like they're weak like that. Because I have talked to a male who refuses
or like it's
to
something
go.
wrong with them. Ain't nothing wrong with me type thing.
I've talked to one. He feel like I would feel weak. Like, Tish, what I look like sitting up there, boom, I'm getting all emotional about this.
And see,
I've been dealing with it. Fuck it.
But who would know?
Exactly. And not only that, counseling doesn't equate to you gonna be in that joint crying. It's not like what you see on TV and you in there crying.
It just depends.
I mean, if you happen to get emotional, okay. But like you said, so what if you get to crying? It ain't like you crying on Facebook Live.
They didn't see them before. They got tissues right there for you.
I mean, you know, and it also speaks to how so many men don't do their due diligence about going to the doctor and just taking care of themselves physically, even. Like, man, you need to address your issues, the same issues that are going on in your body physically. You know, you need to address the issues that may be going on emotionally and in your mind. It's in the same way, you know. But shoot, we don't even do neither one of them. So we screwed one way or the other.
All the way around.
Should we take care of our cars better than we take care of our own selves?
That's what you call him, the big homie, Mr. Harbeck. And didn't have health insurance for 10 years before we got married. As soon as we got married, adding to health insurance, I made about 5 appointments for him to go see.
I did the same thing.
You had to wait till you get married?
Before I got married, I had on and off health insurance and all that type of stuff. And then as soon as, you know, we got settled, like you, my wife made dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, all this stuff, and just got me right. And that's where I can honestly say that men need women a lot of times to do that for them, to just show them, at least to put the battery in their back to say, hey, look, you need to start doing this. This is important. Especially when you're 35, 40 years old, you know, and you're getting up there, you know, because your body ain't the same. Things are happening. You're changing. You know, you need to take care of your teeth, you know, because...
How you spell that?
Your teeth. Your T-E-E-F.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Because, you know, bad teeth can lead to heart disease. And a lot of different things that a lot of people don't realize. So, when you know, we need that from our women. You know, we do. So good job. Good job on that. So, yes, go see somebody.
Absolutely.
Go see somebody. Even if, I don't care if you think that you've had the most perfect life, that you just Superman, nothing bothers you, you ain't had nothing happen to you. Still,
go see somebody.
And
are you making your appointment? You making your appointment?
Give me the information.
Not only that, you paying for insurance on your job anyway. Use it. A lot of therapists and counseling will take your insurance.
Most people got the EAP program. You get 5 free sessions with that.
Right. And sometimes that's all it takes to realize something very vital about yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, personally, I think couples should go to counseling throughout the length of their marriage.
Did y'all go?
Oh yeah. We went to, you know, we did the counseling through our church at first. And then we was like, bump that, we need to go to real, like, I went to school and got certified for this counseling. It helped, it's continuing to help us out.
So you do think that couples within their marriage should go like every once a month?
Whatever works for you.
Works for your relationship.
You know,
we were on once a week for months.
Yeah, we were
after we got married, because we found out that we was having problems that we just couldn't resolve. It wasn't that we was on the brink of divorce or anything like that, but it was like
sometimes you need the third party.
Our communication styles didn't match. He was a retreater, and then I'm the one banging it. No, you want to talk to me? You ain't that. And I wouldn't let it. I'm an arguer. So we was like, you know, we have to figure out how to get this together. This is not going to work the way it is. So we went once a week for months. And then it came to the point that the therapist was like, well, y'all kind of good now. Come back when y'all have more problems. But all the things that she was teaching us to do and work, she gave us homework every week.
Oh. Yeah.
And we would do the homework, and all the tips and everything helps tremendously. So now we're on a break. If we ever have some more stuff, I'm gonna call him back. I'm like, hey doctor, we coming back because he getting on my last nerves. I'm about to put his stuff outside.
And they do that. They tell you, y'all, in layman's terms, y'all good, y'all good. But they do that because they don't want you to be 100% dependent upon them. The stuff that you learn in your sessions, they want you to be able to apply it without having to run to them every week to say, hey, this happened, we need to come talk to you. Like, you need to start applying the stuff you learn on your own. And so that's sometimes the reason why we getting comments. Look at the thing.
We got comments.
Let me go.
I'm sorry, I was talking. Okay, Dominique said all black people need therapy. Therapy was the best investment I've ever made in myself. If anyone needs a good therapist, please inbox me. I can recommend a sister who was phenomenal. My sessions with her changed my life. Go, Dominique!
Read some more comments. Anybody got questions or anything?
About therapy? No, not about therapy.
Did they have questions or comments about the harassment?
No. Let's go check your live so we can see.
He was being evil. Well, I don't know. I'm on mine now. I don't know if it's the same comments for both of us. See, you don't know how to work it. Turn the media down.
Turn your volume down. See, they don't know what they're doing.
I know. I'm bad. I was supposed to read. I see a comment from Camilla on the last topic. She said there's no gray area when a person in power across the line professionally, any type of harassment. So that was before. So I'm going to get better. This is the first week of us doing it ourselves. I'm going to get better at reading the comments. I'm going to be on comment duty. Don't laugh at me, Tommy. I will jump through this. No, the therapist said don't do that.
Make that call, Tommy. Make the call tomorrow. Set that appointment up.
I'm going to get better at reading the comments. We have been on for, I don't know how to read that. It don't say.
About 40 minutes now? Alright. So
okay, well, we're going to talk about the last topic and then we're going to go.
Oh, excuse me, okay. You ready? You got somewhere to be or something?
Well, now that I've been talking about relationship and therapy, it makes me feel a little something I might want to work on. Go ahead, go to the next topic. Go ahead.
Okay. Please pay attention to this. Oh, make sure you pay attention to the comments too.
I'm listening.
The date is going great and all that. You feeling the guy. Here comes the end of dinner. Dinner's over. You know, y'all had your dessert or whatever. And the waiter comes by, says, "Are you guys ready for the bill?" You say, "Yeah." Waiter comes back with the little booklet thing with the bill, whatever. The guy that you're on a date with leans over to the waitress and says, "Hey, look, you know, I got this Groupon, so I'm gonna put the Groupon in here with my card or whatever." How y'all feel about that? This first date, that's a deal breaker, just a red flag, or no big deal at all, or are you like, I like this guy?
You want my honest answer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, yes! I'm gonna high five him because I coupon. I'm the Groupon queen. I love our stuff. So a guy that is financially responsible and knows how we could still go out and have a good time and he can still get his coins together. Yes. Love it. Love it.
How you feel?
No.
I'm not gonna say no. I don't know. I would be okay. I wouldn't completely like throwing you stood up for this. I'm not.
No, she lying. She ain't gonna like it. She gonna go home and call her girlfriends. Yep. This cheap ass mother that was on to tell me on this date. Are you gonna say that?
No, I don't think I would. No, I wouldn't judge him. What I might, cause it's like I don't know. Like I've had bad experiences. I don't know if that's gonna be the tone that's gonna be set every time we go. Cause I know if I'm telling them, listen to me, hear me out. This is Tish. If I'm taking you out on a date, cause I have taken a dude on a date, I'm gonna, you know, I don't have no problem with whatever the cost is. I'm not saying. I just don't know how I would react. I'm just being honest. I don't know.
You sound like you would not like it.
She would not like it.
But if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
And it's fine if you don't like it.
I don't think I cut him off, but he might.
He might get pushed to the back of the line.
Yeah.
He's not getting invited up at this point, I guess.
Depends on what he looked like, bro. Well, I posed this question. I put this on my Facebook, and I posed this question to. Dang, now that I think about it, from our early time, I probably shouldn't have been talking about this at work. But I talked to some ladies at work about it, and the majority was like, "Oh, nah."
Really?
They was like, I think because the majority said it came off as him being cheap, and they felt like, "Oh, I deserve for you to not try to save money on our first date."
No, I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that.
Same thing. That's crazy.
Okay, so why would it be a bit of a turn off?
I'm coming in the mindset of I don't know. For me, like I said, if I was taking a guy out on a date, I wouldn't have no. I don't know if I would. I don't know. I feel like we should, before we pull out Groupons, we should go further. And I don't know. I don't feel like a first date. I'm not gonna do it on my first date. I don't know.
But why not? Why do you feel like that you shouldn't pull that out on the first date?
I don't know. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I just say I wouldn't. Let me just
say. So let's say the guy, y'all talking and everything, is coming up to the first date, and he said, "Hey, I got this Groupon's about to expire. Let's go ahead and use this as such a."
Okay, that's fine.
That would make it better for you.
Yeah, most people said that it would make it better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put it out first that he had one.
Yeah, don't try to. I feel like you're trying to do it like I ain't got it. Yeah, like you're trying to.
See, him pulling out at the end, that would size the hell out of me. I was like, yes, because I mean, I like stuff. I like Groupon. I love
Groupon too.
Groupon. So why wouldn't you like it?
Just don't pull out at the end like you making. I don't know.
Because women associate how much a man likes them by how much money he's.
That's not it for me.
I didn't say that for you, but that's not it for me. That is the overall thinking when it comes to that with women who have a problem with that.
But why do you think? So since you're analyzing women, what do you think is her main problem about it?
Yeah, that's not it for me though. No, that's not it for me.
I think I don't know. I really don't know, but I would imagine that she probably thinks to a degree that that's just like, for lack of better words, just a Bama move for a first date. See?
Oh, if you like you said, you would call me and be like, "Oh, Tish, I got cool. I don't care about that." Do you just want? All right, hold on, bro. Do you need me to help pay for it?
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I think that's the thing that, and this is what I was trying to express to the people I spoke with about this. You can't assume that just because he put out a Groupon that he can't afford it.
You're right.
Because you said yourself, you buy them and you could afford them.
Right.
And you could afford to go out.
Whatever it is that you use your Groupon on, you could buy it off the regular.
But you see a deal and you're like, hey, I can save $20 buying this Groupon.
Okay.
We're going to beat you down about this.
I said okay. I digress. Like, okay. I'm not like.
Do you all think that is the thing that women associate how much money a man spends on them with how he feels about them or how he views them?
Yeah.
I'm looking for comments, ladies.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
And I think that is the thing with this. I think that women feel like a man should spend money.
I don't think that though.
I
say Lisa said I don't pay full price for anything. That's my match. We had a good time and we saved money. What's bad about that?
Shout out to Lisa. Lisa, that's good people.
Shout out to Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Lisa.
Venus said it was cool and she laughing.
I'm telling you, I would say probably 85% of the ladies that I spoke with, like I said, I put this on a Facebook post a while back, and I talked to women at my job and stuff like that, and I would say, generally speaking, 85% was like, I don't like that, like I wouldn't like it, and the main reason why I got that they didn't like it was one, they thought it came off as being cheap, and they felt like on the first date they deserved a man to take them out and pay regular for them. Which leads me to believe that women put importance on how much money a man spends on them.
I think women get taken out nowadays on so little dates that they put these high-ass expectations on dating.
Now that I agree with.
That makes it so much more worse.
I don't even think women need to know.
Which is counterproductive. It should be the other way around. If something isn't happening to you regularly, you shouldn't bitch and moan when it does happen. You should just be happy that it's happening.
So you should be happy for the 2 for $20 at Applebee's too?
Yeah.
Applebee's food.
You know, I don't mind a 2 for $20.
Me neither.
Chili's. The 2 for $20.
I like that Friday.
So let me ask you, so what's worse? A man pulling out a Groupon at the end of the date or a man taking you to Applebee's on the first date?
I don't like Applebee's.
I don't like
It's
Applebee's.
nasty.
Okay, so Fridays.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I get my salmon or my chicken and shrimp.
Yes, sorry, that like my mind.
And a lot of women ain't going to Fridays.
Oh, no, I'm cool with that.
A lot of women ain't going to Fridays on the first date.
If you want to go to Applebee's and that's where you want to take me, I will still go. But if we get there and you say, hey, we need to get this 2 for $20, then I'll be mad. So now you done dictated what I can pick to eat. Now we got no issue with that.
Well, yeah, I can see that being an issue.
That's an issue.
If you can't go somewhere and be like, we gotta get this 2 for $20.
But I could go anywhere. So that the place that people, I saw this one thing, it was like, if you over 30 and a guy taking you to Red Lobster, you evaluate the guy. But then a girl broke back, right? And was like, if you're over 30 and you're evaluating, the date and everything, or where he took you to, you need to evaluate your life. And I think that's totally true.
I tell men and I tell women, like, you can't be mad. Like, some women just don't experience the dating scene. Like,
they don't know.
They don't know.
They think hanging out is dating. And
don't know how to do it either.
Yeah, they don't
know.
It's
just like the blind may be leading the blind at that point where, like, where do we go? So there's like, people just don't, and some people don't even know how just to date.
They don't. They don't at all.
I think some people just have a feeling of entitlement. And they feel like they feel entitled to that they got all this stuff has to happen for them because like I think
you're saying women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you say people?
Go ahead.
I mean, that's the truth. I do think brothers do be lacking on actually courting a woman. When
they don't know how.
Men don't know how to court.
They don't.
There's a lot of.
It's different than dating, though.
It's
I think
part
people
of
don't. No, it's not. Courting is when.
Point like before.
Courting is when that you have said, "Hey, we are exclusively dating, and now I'm courting you, leading to marriage."
Okay, a man on a date.
Yes, it is.
A man on a date.
That's not a fact. That's what you feel like. That's not a fact.
Let's back it up. I said this. I don't even want to just blame it on men, though. I'm not gonna say men and women don't know how to date. Like I have these conversations all the time in my circle. You want to date? That sounds corny. People my age are saying that. I'm in my 30. People my age are saying that. I'm young. I'm young. They are my age.
Women say that? It's corny?
Listen, more men say it than, but I've heard females like, oh, he took me to the bar, but like an actual, like a full planned date. Like, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. They don't know. I'm looking like, what the hell? Like, people just really, and I think it's the community thing.
So they rather what? Netflix and chill?
Hang out. People think hanging out is dating, and it's not. But like Lisa agreed with me. Lisa said historically, courting is when he's decided he wants to marry you. That's when that's when a man courts you.
I grew up in church. That's
dating
what I thought court was. Right before marriage.
Two different things.
Courting is like the stage before marriage.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up.
I ain't never heard that in my life.
Thornell said, we ain't got no name. It's really, we ain't got no... Oh, wait, I didn't run to read that comment. Thornell's the worst. Right, I'm trying to read the
He's just mad because he can't do nothing. And when the network got shut down, he got shut down.
I started reading his comment. Thornell, I'm blocking him from our thing. But Lisa also had a comment. A man can spend money on you and not care about you at all. So why does him spending more money than he needs to imply that he might?
I agree.
I agree too.
I completely agree.
I do agree with that.
But I'm telling you, as a man, and I think most men will agree with me that women put the one along with right up there with, oh, he treats me nice, he treats me with respect. Right up there with that is he spend money on me. It might not be straight up he spent money on me, but I
can see how some women think that, but I think we should really do with the quality of time. Like, you could spend a whole date with somebody and it's $20 and you had the best day. Or I've been on dates with a guy spent, we went to dinner and he spent $300 on dinner and drink, and it was like the most pitiful date that I ever went on. Okay. And he's bragging about this. Some guys just want to spend money and they want to flaunt and show you they can spend money. That's no.
So how do you think that that whole ideology relates to a woman dating a guy that makes significantly less money than her?
Ooh. Okay, let me look up. I said my first reflex was Let me say this. I can't judge a man based on a quantitative number of how much you have to make this much to date me. Mm-hmm. What I can base it on, you have to be self-sufficient. You have to be able to pay all your own bills, have your own place of residence, have a vehicle. You have to be able to have all these things and pay for yourself. If you can do all that, you pass.
The basics.
The basics. If you can do all that, you pass.
So
you can't live in your mother's
So if he has those basics, but he only make 40,000, you can work with that.
If he still has the basic and has the ability to still date, because some people should not be dating because they don't have the ability to date. If you can finesse your difference between your means and your wants and pay all of your means and have the ability to still date, we good. We good.
Most women don't feel that way.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think that's true. I think a lot of women do feel that way.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
All the guys are shaking their heads.
I could be saying.
All the guys are.
I could be wrong when I say most. I could be wrong when I say most.
I think you are. You're talking about women now.
What do you think, women? Do you think? Do you need a certain amount of money? What is it?
I think that women. I don't want to even necessarily say a certain amount, but I think by and large there are a large section of women who feel like the man needs to make a certain amount of money, whatever they may be, so that he can do everything you just said and quote unquote take care of them.
No. I don't
listen, if I'm already established, self-sufficient in my career, what more than like?
When I say take care of them, I don't mean come in and just do everything for them. But what I do mean by take care of them is make their life easier. And I think that a lot of women look at marriage and stuff like that as, I like to call it, almost like a come up. And come up in the sense of, oh, you're supposed to come in and be my husband, and my life is supposed to be automatically easier. Everything for me is supposed to be easier. And a lot of people don't realize that often when you get married, it doesn't get easier. It often gets harder.
But if you can't add anything to it, why would I be with somebody who can't add anything to my life? What I should want it to stay the same?
Something being added to your life doesn't have to be monetary, does it?
No.
No, I'm not saying monetary.
Oh, okay, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about money.
Right just money.
When I say to make your life easier, I'm talking about
monetarily.
I don't have to pay as many bills anymore. I have more discretionary.
That's not just women. That's just not even women that's saying that though.
That's getting a roommate. If I have a place and I'm paying, let's say $1,000. Let's just generalize. I'm paying $1,000 a month for all of my bills, and we get together and now we have our combined income. Then I should be paying less. I don't understand what's wrong in that.
Boost borderline.
Come up.
Right.
Chauvinism sometimes.
It's a come up. It's a come up.
I mean, I don't want to pay for nothing, so
of course you don't. But it's a come up. I think that mentality borderlines on it being a come up. Men don't think that way.
But men,
bullshit.
But men might not monetarily come up, but they come up.
Because I see men say she got the credit. She got the credit.
So they come up in different ways. So why can't we both come up in different ways? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna have you eating right. I'm gonna make your doctor's appointment. I'm gonna make.
Shawnee, you know that don't equate. Shawnee, you know that don't equate to money. You know that don't equate to money.
I'm gonna make you.
You know that don't equate to money. You know that don't equate to money.
But for men, it's a come up too, though.
It's a come up.
I've seen it. She got good credit.
I think that's very true.
I can't get nothing established in my name.
I think that's very true.
I need my wife.
I
need this woman as my wife.
I think that's very true. I think that's very
true. So it goes both ways.
Absolutely.
It's different ways. Everything.
But men, generally speaking,
no,
don't get married with the idea that it's a come up for them. I said generally speaking. Are there some? Of course, there's some.
Mr. Hart, what did you got married for? What reason? For a come up?
Yeah, I came up all the way up.
He is the worst.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I got married, and I think my wife helped a lot for me to make life better for me. Like I said, get me on the right path, health-wise, and everything like that. And just making me more focused on myself and my career and doing better for me and my children and my family. In that regards, all right, that's a come up. But when I'm talking about come up is literally fiscally and just straight out the gate, just all right. I'm good. I got more money for me now. I got more.
But the one come up is like priceless, and the other come up has a value on it. I think priceless come up is better. Who would think that? Wait.
Because money.
No need.
What?
Money
You
talk.
get you to say something.
Tell me don't say nothing.
No, he said, I don't need to come up, but I don't think I should have to struggle with you.
Nobody said anything about struggling.
So it's knowing that either it's a come up or you have this.
No, it don't have to be either or. It don't have to be. Y'all can just be living. It doesn't have to be a come up. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be struggle either. Struggle suggests, yo, we hurt. Like we can't. We struggling. I ain't necessarily saying it's struggle.
Let me tell you, Shell said it shouldn't matter as long as he can take care of his own finances. A lot of women want men with more money than what they make. But if we marry, we build our finances together.
And I think that's the
thing. But
at
any certain time, one is going to be coming up more than the other. Yeah. At any given time, it might fluctuate.
And most people, i.e. women, don't want it to be them versus them. Them up here and the man down here. You're taught as a little girl not to get your girl. You get your man that got a little bit of money.
So what was you? Okay, so what were you taught? What were you taught as a man?
To have the money.
What were you taught?
I was taught to work hard to provide for your family and work with your wife so that you.
So you telling me you was working with? Cause
yes, because in my household, my father, my dad paid the mortgage. My dad paid the mortgage and like paid for the cars and stuff, and my mother paid everything else. My mother worked and paid bills and everything.
So was it equal or no?
I mean, I don't know the prices, but I would imagine it was pretty equal.
So you wasn't raised in the household like the man is the sole provider?
Oh, absolutely not.
But nowadays, just like you
said,
the women make, a lot of times, women make more money than the man.
We do.
So get your
how does that work?
So
how does that work?
Pay that bill.
Okay.
Pay that mortgage. Pay that mortgage.
Well, you saw women, Paul. You saying when we married?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you have a problem with paying the mortgage in your house if you married? Mm-hmm. Why?
Why we not
that's
splitting
not my
it?
bill.
Why we not splitting it? I said splitting it.
Oh no, that's not my bill.
I said split the mortgage.
Why does the mortgage?
I say split the mortgage. I say split it.
Okay, if you make $125,000 a year, but he made $60,000. Why should y'all split the major mortgage? Why don't you just pay that and he pay all the expenses or whatever?
Alright,
I would think if he made $60,000 a year, then I think that we would live somewhere. I don't want to live anywhere anyway where the mortgage is dependent upon my $125,000 mortgage.
Why not?
I'm gonna live where I want to live.
You would live somewhere.
If I make
you would be okay with living somewhere with the mortgage was dependent upon his $125,000.
Yeah, I would never want to live outside of what one person could pay. Either one of us. You never want to live somewhere.
No, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
So I would live somewhere where his salary could still pay whatever mortgage.
But why you can't live somewhere where your salary pays the mortgage of the house?
Because if something happened to my job that he couldn't pay that, then we're in trouble.
Oh.
So I would have to live somewhere where his salary could pay the mortgage. You never want to live over your means.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. But ain't that gonna happen. And now
Now he had to backtrack and say something else.
But no,
did y'all see that? I winning. I won an argument for once. Wait, what time is it? On December? What day was it? I won something.
Now that makes a little sense. Yeah. But I think that, like your first reaction, I think a lot of women feel like the mortgage is what the man's supposed to do solely.
I feel like I was raised that the man is supposed to be.
You were raised that that's what happened, or that was supposed to happen.
Oh, I grew up in a two-parent household that my father paid bills.
Right, but were you taught that was what it was supposed to be, or that's just how it was?
That's just how it was. So me growing up, I saw my father paying this and that, and in my head, growing up, that's what I feel like a relationship should be, because of what I saw. What I saw might not be a lot of what a lot of other people saw. They might not have grown up.
And what you saw might not be your reality.
It better be forever.
See what I'm talking about?
I don't pay the mortgage.
See what I'm talking about? Anyway. Alright, we gotta wrap this up because you know. So.
Wait. First off, what are you drinking again?
You tell me. You got it for me.
This big giant 150 ounce beer was what was it? $3.99.
Right. Give my
Carlsberg. Do y'all drink that?
They ain't never heard of it.
With tax it equaled out. He gave me $5. He told me I'm giving him his change.
So kind of just to wrap it up, fellas, you say hello, good morning, goodbye, and take your butt to therapy and get some counseling, and get your coins up because you probably gonna have to pay the mortgage.
It was funny hearing you say
cook,
get your coins
and take care of the kids and do all the stuff. Well, all she got to do is maybe pay Xfinity.
Who cooks and who takes care of the kids?
And so what?
What you just say? What you said? The man cooks and takes care of the kids?
I'm sure he's asked to do that as well. I
shouldn't have to ask you to take care of your kids. So that's something you should.
No, I'm talking about the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to ask you. Them your kids.
So
too,
what
right?
you doing? What you doing? If I'm paying the mortgage and all that, what you doing?
What?
If I'm paying the mortgage and all that, what are your role? What's your role?
I'm cooking and taking care of my kids.
Do you cook every night?
At least 3-4 times a week I do.
You cook?
I pack our lunches. He gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
Oh.
I'm not shaking my hand.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
You know when to hold it down.
Look,
for real.
Real talk. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. This was the 2017 wrap-up show. We're going to come back bigger and better than ever in 2018. We're going to be doing more shows like this at different remote locations.
We're going to bring in a studio audience.
The whole goal
we're going to start asking y'all, who wants to come to a party?
Absolutely.
It's going to be a party atmosphere.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing for 2018.
And we're going to do it up. So definitely, if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to be a guest, if you want to be in our live studio audience, or if you got any ideas for show topics, please hit myself up, hit Sonny up. Y'all know what our Facebook is. Y'all know how to get into contact with us. Let us know. We ain't got no name. Thank you for Tish for coming on. We always appreciate it. Shout out to Chris for doing all the filming. Shout out to Heart's Desires for letting us come in.
Yes, I love it too.
Shout out to TT's Butter Company. Shout out to Sugar Rim Bar and Martina Scott for being such great sponsors of ours. We're looking forward to future partnerships with them. And shout out more than anything, all you guys, your viewers, and your supporters that y'all been supporting us from day one when we started in August. Thank y'all so much. And keep tuning in for all the updates. Also, check out tonight's episode and all our other episodes on our YouTube page. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and search for We Ain't Got No Name, and we'll be right in the pocket. So we'll see y'all soon. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see y'all on the other side.